Un o fi yw Manon Lloyd, cyn-seiclwraig broffesiynol a nawr rhan o tîm seiclo S4C. Dros y misoedd nesaf, fi'n mynd i cwrdd â rhai o seiclwyr gorau Cymru a dod i nabod nhw tymed bach yn well dros Sgwrs Ar y Beic. Fi wedi dod i Manceinion i cwrdd â rywun sydd wedi ennill medalau yn gemau Olympaidd, gemau gymanwlad a phencampwriaethau'r byd. Fi'n mynd i cwrdd â hen ffrind a legend ar y trac, Elinor Barker.
Oh my god, it's been ages.
I know, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
So long. Good.
Hi, come on in.
See you. Thank you very much. I like your bike, Elinor.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, my little boy's just learning to ride with pedals. Or at least he said he wanted to, and then we bought him a bike and now he's changed his mind. But we'll see.
Really?
We'll get there.
I feel like he's going to be a strong cyclist with two cyclist parents.
He keeps saying, I've got strong muscles, Mummy, you haven't. I've got strong muscles. I don't know where he's got that from.
It has been so long since we've ridden together. I'm so excited for today, but where are we going?
So I know we used to ride together on these roads all the time, but probably since you've been here, all the cafes have changed. So we're going to go to my new favourite cafe, which is Bennod.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
Barod?
Barod.
Magic. Look at that. Should we get bikes?
Yes, but before we get going, just want to tell you to not go too hard on me, please, because I've got some news. I'm going to have a baby in December.
Oh my god, congratulations!
Thank you.
I feel like that deserves a hug.
Yeah.
Oh, congrats!
Oh, thank you.
How are you feeling?
All right, yeah.
Yeah?
I've been a bit more tired than normal and gone off a lot of food that I normally like. Everything with flavour, basically.
Oh, really?
I just want like plain, boring, and I don't really want it, but it's like the only thing that I can handle, really, which is a bit rubbish. But other than that, like I'm training pretty fine. I'm just sleeping like 14 hours a day.
That's 40 hours? Wow. That's a big
day,
sleep.
but a lot of the time, yeah, which is nice.
Oh, I'm sure he's still going to smash me on the bike, so...
We'll see.
Let's go get our bikes.
Just like old times.
I know.
How long since we've been for a ride together?
I'm going to say like 6, 7 years. It was probably in a race as well.
Yeah,
maybe.
That's true, yeah. I feel like we used to ride these roads all the time.
I know. Haven't been dropped yet. How's your Welsh these days, Elinor?
I haven't really gotten anywhere since probably about year 10.
Can you remember any?
I could book you a holiday in Spain for 2 weeks.
That's pretty good.
That was my coursework, but that's it. Like, we're not going for 10 days, we're going for 2 weeks.
Okay.
We're going to Spain by plane.
Can you hit me with that?
Oh God.
I'm putting you on the spot now.
I can remember Taithiaisi Mewn. It's like, we're travelling by plane.
Yeah.
God, actually, can I remember the rest?
Espagne.
Espagne? Because I'm kind of in Danish. Now I've got Danish in my head.
You can hit me with a bit of Danish if you want. I'll be impressed with that.
Jeg vil rejse til Spanien I 2 uger, og vi går med flyver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Messina. Sorry.
Nice.
It's not a very sexy language.
Welsh is.
Welsh is, yeah.
I've seen on your Instagram that you get to take Nico on training camps.
Exactly, yeah.
That's
I think
really
that's like
nice.
the best thing about us working together. And it didn't happen, it just kind of happened by chance, really. Like, I signed before I knew I was pregnant, and then the team was so understanding about it. That is not something that everyone gets, you know? Not many people are taking their kids on training camp.
Yeah.
And it just
it's not
means
like you can have a 9-month maternity leave, is it?
No, exactly.
It's not like your average job.
Exactly. He did need to come with me because I was still breastfeeding and it's a lot to juggle.
Yeah.
It's almost more to juggle when they're not with you in some ways.
I guess you probably worry more as well when you're not with them.
Yeah, when they're young, it's so hard to be away from them.
Yeah. Were there any kind of big surprises after you'd given birth and like coming back to racing? I bet that's such a big sort of minefield of things.
My hair fell out, that was a big surprise. And no one told me that was going to happen.
I guess it's a lot of unknown, like having, I guess this time around you'll be a lot more prepared.
Exactly.
Again, it might be totally different, but...
I'm really hoping so. Like, I know a lot more about what to do with babies. I know a lot more about this team because, I was pregnant when I joined the team, so I didn't really have any experience with all those riders and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And now I do. I've got nearly 4 years of experience with them, so I feel like it'd be easier to just slot in. Won't be so much to learn. On the other hand, I also know how hard it's going to be.
Yeah.
Whereas last time I think I was able to be a little bit naive and be like, yeah, we'll just figure it out.
Yeah. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Do you know what wheel is in Welsh?
Wheel?
A wheel, a bike wheel.
No.
Olwyn.
Oloi.
Olwyn.
Oloi. I'm
Smash
so
it.
embarrassed. Like, I'm Welsh. I'm from Wales.
I'm
I
from
don't sound
Wales.
like it. I'm from Wales.
You sounded very well. That's the most Welsh I've ever heard you sound.
It comes out every now and again. When I'm angry or when I'm drunk, a bit more Welsh. Or if I spend a weekend at home, then it comes out a bit more. But I'm so embarrassed that I don't really speak Welsh. Like, it's...
Can you do bits of the national anthem?
Yeah. I realised at Cummies that I've only ever sung it like in a big crowd. So at school or like a rugby match or something. And you kind of just get used to being carried along by a big crowd.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I was like, oh my God, it's just me. I have to actually remember
It's my
every
time for a solo.
Yeah. And I felt like I was going to be so judged if I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Because I felt so proud to win at Cummies. Like, you almost never get to race for Wales.
Yeah.
It was such a big deal. I was so excited for it, and then I got up and was like, oh no. This is more pressure than the race.
Yeah,
trying to remember
literally. To be fair, one of the last races we might have done together was
you were there, weren't you?
in
Gold Coast.
Yeah. That was such a
It
cool.
was such a good trip.
I remember my parents were sat next to your parents in the stand.
Oh, were they?
And I remember there's this like one picture, I don't know if it's like a screenshot of the TV. I think it went, did you win the
Points race.
Yeah, that race, and they're all like cheering and they've got like their flags and it's so nice.
I don't know if I've seen that.
You must have. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. I think got like, someone's got like a big like, curly...
Your brother?
Oh yeah.
It's your brother?
Yeah,
Was it like a red wig?
Yeah.
Can you order a coffee in Welsh?
No. I can say I like coffee, obviously. Everyone can say that.
Okay, you're halfway there.
Where do you mean coffee?
But I reckon when we get to the cafe, you hit them in Welsh.
And they'll be like, huh?
Yeah. What coffee do you have? Well, you might not be drinking coffee now.
I'm a bit off coffee, actually. Normally, I'd get a flat white.
Nice,
I
classic.
will get a flat white. You're a long black.
Oh, you remembered!
How did I don't know anyone's coffee order, but I think because every time you've ordered it, I've been like, is she serious?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
What we having?
I'll have a decaf flat white, please.
Do you get to stop for coffee and cake often on a ride, or is it very serious when you're training?
It's more the time that I've got in the day. Like if I stop for a coffee, then it kind of cuts out the time that I've got with my son in the afternoon. A little bit more now than when he was younger.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like I'd always be like racing back. Whereas now he's in nursery for, I think, 6.5 hours. So if I've got a 3-hour ride, I've actually got a little bit of time before he gets back, which is nice. So yeah, a little bit more now than I
How
used to.
different is it? Because I feel like I know Elinor when, you know, you didn't have a baby. That's all you had to focus on was your training.
I used to really like the feeling of doing like a really long, hard ride and then putting your bike away and being like, done. And now I'm just gonna eat food and watch TV and probably not move very much. And now it's kind of like, well, the second part of my day is gonna start now.
Yeah.
And there's routines that kind of, if I don't stick to them, it's not the end of the world, but it does make life a little bit harder.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to go throrough that anyway.
Has he been to races with you?
He's been to races, yeah, he's been to quite
it?
a lot. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. He went to the Paris Olympics last year and he still talks about it all the time.
Oh.
Always talks about like, I was in the velodrome, I went to the velodrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also been to, we spent, in 2023, instead of me flying back and forth for the classics, in the springtime when there's like quite a big risk of illness and yeah, just adding that kind of stress load to a period of time where I was doing most of the classics for the first time with a child that was about to turn 1, we just decided to just drive over to Belgium and spend, I think, about 2 months there in total.
Nice.
So we lived in the house with the team. So Nico came to all the races then, like Flanders, Gent-Wevelgem, yeah, loads of it.
He's going to have completed all the races by
know,
the time he's like 5.
Yeah, exactly.
And going now all the way back to the start of your cycling career when you were in Wales, how old were you when you first got on a bike?
I didn't actually learn to ride a bike until I was like 5. I was really late. Like, I
so
remember being
late?
so
5?
frustrated. Yeah, I think that's quite late.
Is it?
My son's 3 and he can almost ride a bike now and he's just turned 3. And then I think I was like 10 when I started training.
Was that with Maindy?
That was with Maindy, yeah.
Going to the velodrome there?
Yeah.
How was that?
The very first session I went to was when Nationals was on. So it was almost like a private session for me and my sister, just because no other kids turned up.
Oh, really?
Which is amazing. So we really got like, we learned a lot in that time.
Yeah.
But that was a track bike session. So then we came back the next week on a different day and that was a road bike session, but I didn't realise. I just grabbed the same bike that I had last week, and then I was like, well, everyone else's bike looks a bit different to my bike. Yeah, got on.
They've got brakes.
Bit of a nightmare, yeah. And then I got publicly shamed in front of everyone for getting the wrong bike.
When you were 10?
No, I was 10, yeah.
Still remember it to this day.
Yeah. The gap between Geraint Thomas being in the team pursuit at the Olympics, Nicole Cook winning the road race, and us just didn't seem that big, because kids that were maybe like 5 or 6 years older than me were a few years younger than Geraint and Nicole, and had raced with them, even been teammates with them. Like, there was so much knowledge being passed back, and it would be kind of like, well, this is how Geraint does a standing start. This is where Nicole would attack in a road race, and that's how all of the like tactics and all of the skills and everything was kind of formed with that. Like, you know, it really made you listen to the coaches even at that young age. Yeah. And I think it made everybody think, oh, this is actually possible. I could go and do that.
I feel like there's always a point where you think, oh, right, I can do this as a living now. This is going to be my job. I'm not going to go to uni. I'm not
like
going to...
Last year?
Still not possible.
No, I don't know. I think it's really hard to say that, really, because, yeah, I mean, you'll remember on the track team, it's not like you get year-long contracts. Like, it's kind of a rolling, I think, like a 3-month contract or agreement.
Yeah, yeah.
So really, there's no stability in it. And I was a track rider for such a long time that I still always thought, I'm just kind of treading water, keeping my head above water. Yeah. And at some point, this will be over. Yeah. And it's only been the last few years that I could actually make a living from being a road rider and have long-term contracts and actually feel like, okay, now I'm a professional, or I will be a professional next year, and I'll be a professional the year after that, and have that like longevity and that security, which I guess when the first half of my 20s I just didn't have at all, really. Yeah.
And out of all of your successes, your medals, your jerseys, what has been your standout?
God, it's really hard to pick that. I mean, it's hard not to say winning gold at the Olympics. Like, I think it's really, really hard to top that. But I think there's been certain results since having my son, like Glasgow Worlds. I won 2 gold medals in the 2 events that I care the most about. Yeah. And it was at home, like my son was there, my family was there. That was so special. And it really felt like, like comeback achieved. I'd had my most successful world champs after having a baby. Yeah. When, still a lot of people say, oh, she's not going to come back, like that kind of thing. So that felt really, really good. But also I just think that winning Commonwealth Games was amazing. Like, there's so few chances, literally once every 4 years you can race for Wales. So and then you can only hear the national anthem, like see your flag go up when you win. Yeah. And so the chances of that happening are actually pretty slim. Yeah. So I'm really glad I got to have that experience in my career. I think that was so special. Yeah, it was amazing.
And I think I was reading an article somewhere about you, about how in Tokyo, how you didn't make the final for the team pursuit, but you still rode the other rounds, but you weren't allowed on the podium. Yeah. That blew my mind.
Yeah, like me too.
That's savage. But you still had a medal, but you just weren't allowed to celebrate on the podium.
So that was what made the least sense, I think, in a way. Like, now, I'm really, really glad I got the medal. But at the time, I was like, so I can have a medal, but I have to get it, like, behind closed doors. Yeah. I got given my medal in the car park the next day.
Really?
And I was like, I don't know why. This isn't the Olympic dream, is it?
Yeah,
someone being like, well, here you go.
It's not what you imagine, is it?
No, not at all. The team did the absolute best they could. Like, they tried to make like a little ceremony and everything. Like, they couldn't have done any more, but they shouldn't have been in that position. Yeah. Spending time on that at the Olympics when I should have just been on the podium with the rest of them, I think. And I just don't really know where the rule came from. No, it's so bizarre. Yeah.
Looking on to the next Olympics, LA, is that a goal?
I think so. I mean, it's hard to say now, like, it does feel like it's a long way away. Yeah. But 4 years does go really fast. Yeah. After this year, I'll still have another 2 years on my contract with my road team. Yeah. So I'll still be a cyclist until the end of 2027, and then it's like not even a year. Yeah. So close. It's definitely not off the table. Yeah. Like, but I think I'm just going to have to see how I feel a bit closer to the time.
The Commonwealth Games, is that going to be a goal, or would that be a bit too soon?
I'm still deciding on that. I think it would be about 6 months after I give birth, maybe 7 months, something like that. So, we'll just have to see.
To be fair, the team pursuit squad for the Commonwealth Games, that'll be a strong team. Yeah. Because you've got Anna Morris, Jess, Meg, potentially you. Yeah. Strong team.
Yeah, it's almost the Olympic squad.
Yeah.
Like, really, really close to it. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it could be really good. Yeah, it's quite an exciting thought, actually.
Yeah. I guess like for you and Meg, you're both sisters fighting for spots on a team of 4. Is that hard?
Last year we were fighting for the same spot.
Really?
Which is awful. Yeah, it was really, really hard because I had been a P3, a P4 before that. And then we got a new coach came in who, yeah, looked at all the data in a slightly different way and said, actually, you should really be in P2. And I was like, oh, I really don't want to go there because Meg is 1 and 2. And 1 was pretty much taken. So yeah, that was like a really horrible experience to go through. And I think that's also what's really hard about it is that you spend so much time together. I mean, obviously it's another level for me and Meg because we're sisters.
Yeah.
But everyone wants to get selected, but then it's usually someone that you really care about that doesn't get selected.
Because you spend so much time together and you become best friends. And
Exactly.
especially when you're like sisters already, it just adds another dynamic to it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, people have seen the Olympics and will watch the Commonwealth Games and kind of you will be there, Nicole Cook and Geraint Thomas, and I'm sure there's people back in Wales that have been inspired by you and will want to be like you.
Oh, that's very sweet. Maybe 1 or 2.
There'll be more than 1 or 2. Thank you so much for letting me ride with you today and bringing me to your local coffee shop.
Thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been lovely to ride with you.